This poem, a couple of years ago, was a big poster, billboard down in Newmarket, and it had a big four-wheel vehicle, and had this word blazoned across it called gladiator, spelled Gladieightor. The word got fixated in my mind for some reason, so I decided that I would go. I sat down, put the word down, and away I went, and this is what eventuated. It's actually got nothing to do with four-wheel vehicle. Visuals overtly show a vehicle, brand new, 8 cylinders of grunt, has made it from Japan, invaded our patch, a billboard presentation for the always hungry, the always looking for the next fatted car. Competitors enter at their own risk. There's no room for hesitation for the paltry smile, attentive player of fortune teller's predictions, of one's next step or where tomorrow will be at 11 p.m, or if the son of a father might be swinging from a plate, a daughter folding the clothes of St. John's and Agnes, or pulling out the arrows of Sebastian for souvenirs. History has a habit of going rotten between the legs. The closer I stick my nose, the further I chase the perfumes of angels, the harder any resolution seems. You compare us one against the other to varying strains. I look at you. It's to do with fundamental regulations painted on tin, plastic, on the skulls and bony off cuts that flower annually, on the smoke and shrunken precepts rammed into the edifices of individuals, basking in the sun. I steel myself against the kamikaze hordes, your promiscuity, the running with the naked through streets, the naked in parks, the white storm clouds gathering. I've been accused of writing my name in water, a see-through worship difficult to hold, to cup in my hands. I'm told some large silvery ball is supposed to splash into the lake, send up columns of spray of no man's ladder advertising military hardware, sodden red fields and a chaplain's grace. A train comes through the middle of my house. Children huddle against the windows. Children huddle against windows, bare feet flatten the forests, the valleys. Shouts reverberate. I'm told consent forms must be completed and cell numbers given. A brochure full of ecstasy pronounces the final frontier, and a man mountain prices open his chest, and the train plunges inwards. Daydreams are picked over by soldiers banging on doors. They ask questions, demand more for dragging you outside, for observing how we behave. They demand their slice of beef. The future, the habit of hiding rags to riches between the legs. Just a couple more. It's called Shooting Out Regardless. One look at her face, her slit eyes, her green tattoos. She steps onto no man's land, takes a deep breath and touches the hearts of last week's stripped and searched cosmic makers of dreams. She doesn't budge to the helmeted head sticking up from its bolt hole. I push through smoke and lightning, collapsed sunspots, the buildings of childhood followed back into the earth. Booze filled, the clouds devour the stuntmen who stand in for me, who do my tricks, while I stare and sing and shoot up serums of flavoured enrichment. She comes from a place amongst statues, amongst the crowded ropes of a night sky, the breeding farms of people. I stumble through the rubble of a tabernacle, looking for lost property, for a tribe that once lived on water, lived like a word in my ear. The rules are cut into trees, to be read in the dark, to be fingered, interpreted, hammered into foreheads, to be burned like love letters in backyard cemeteries. Nothing's too much. She sucks in the hot air from tall black chimneys. Okay, last one. It's called Maker. If you want to, say it, but whatever, say it with meaning. Private lessons and persuasiveness don't come cheap. You scribble at a church, a river, locals at a golf course, a plaza, some hotheads that fall like sheep. I watch them change, you change. This town lives on a damaged deck to fill. Refugees steal boxes for rooms, for cardboard caves to sleep in. The battle on the outside has come inside and no one's resisting, no one's shutting gates. Refugees steal cardboard boxes to pray in, hide in, to live out their tenures. You accept the change, money talks, machetes talk. Our songs are the same, the shit's the same, say it with meaning. Accept the maker's head on a plate for what you want. A word from him doesn't come cheap. A word lasts a day, then gets immersed in wood or clay or stone, depending on who you think you are, you were, you could be, depends being the operative action. You take pleasure in crushing bugs, kicking in the skulls of thine foes, parading pigs for people, but that's fine. I watch proceedings and how you respond like a brother, where the farms start and the roads peter out, whether to accept the much-handled talk of the town, to venerate something which has lost its eyes, its ears, its showman's glitz. Say, mum's the word, not on your bloody Nelly. Bottoms up, say nothing. I swivel the half-mounted, half-paid-for bastard around. Kia ora, thank you.
Iain, as always, fantastic. And yes, I have taken a lot of images away, images. And thank you for that sort of introduction, because I think it's always nice to relate one art to another. And yeah, it was useful for me anyway, and I'm sure it was for others. So thank you. Let's hear it again for Iain.